Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. Before we get into today's video, remember that life is not happening to you, but happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. And you are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself. Not only that, you're creating your reality on a moment-to-moment basis, contingent on the meaning and the value that you assign to the things occurring around you. Hello, everybody. I know I have a very formal dress shirt on today, and I know it is not a thing to have it normally buttoned up this high, but I don't know, I just like it. It's a vibe right now. It's really what I like. So I'm gonna wear it this way. Okay. And you guys haven't really seen me in formal wear on my channel before, but in the past few weeks, I've really, you guys, I'm always growing too. So I'm elevating and constantly leveling up within myself. So you're going to see that part of that is really my style and the aesthetic. And so, yeah, so I have my formal shirt on today. That's beside the point. I'm pointing out the obvious things. Today, I just want to get on and do some real talk surrounding um, mindset, manifestation, relationships, right? Obviously, the things I talk about on my channel, but I've been posting a few things in my community tab recently, and I made a post, and the picture for the post was Beyonce and Jay-Z. And I was talking about how it doesn't really matter. Like if somebody says to you, okay, let's say you have a specific person that you want to be with, and everybody's telling you, oh, they're never going to change. The reason why I put the picture of Beyonce and Jay-Z is because that is okay. Everybody knows what has happened in that relationship. That is the ultimate circumstance, having your whole relationship lasted online like that. And Beyonce was still able to take that relationship and create it in a way that is healthy and sustainable. And now, obviously, you guys see their posts together. They're a very happy and successful couple. So I used them as an example in that post, but I saw some comments and some kind of, some people thinking about it differently. So I just want to come on today and do some real talk. The live chat is open. So you guys are so cute. If you put any money or anything in the live chat, I'm really, really not paying attention to it. So please don't put money there or ask me a question there because I'm probably not going to see it or respond to it. This video, I do have some topics that I want to talk about, but it's more just like a check-in with you guys. So I already have all my teachings up on my channel. You're not going to get anything different from me, okay? This is just going to be pure, unfiltered, just talking. So I do have a few things that I want to talk about. I have my little list here. We're going to have a little class session. I'm going to list out what I'm going to be talking about, and then we're going to go into each topic. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to talk about is mindset and assumptions. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is self-concept and beliefs. The third thing I'm going to talk about is relationships and persisting. Fourth thing I'm going to talk about is your why. The fifth thing I'm going to talk about is responding as a solution. The sixth thing I'm going to talk about is stop giving a fuck and do what feels good. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is trusting yourself. Now, I want to say this here because I think some people don't understand that what I talk about on my channel is legitimate. Okay. They think it's wishful thinking, the application of it. They're like, oh, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? When it comes to changing your self-concept, the psychological perspective that I take on my channel is very, very real. So whatever beliefs you hold about yourself, however you value yourself in your mind, in your unconscious mind, that is creating your perceptions, your behaviors, how you're responding to the things that are occurring around you. And you need to be aware of what your self-concept and your self-image is. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is mindset and assumptions. So not only do you need to have a good and healthy self-image about yourself to create a happy and sustainable life, not only do you need to be aware of the beliefs that you hold about yourself so that you can have healthy self-esteem and healthy confidence and know your value and know your worth, but within that self-concept and this version of yourself that you're creating, you also need to be aware of the dominant assumptions and the stories that you hold about the things around you. So when it comes to relationships, Okay. And again, you guys, this is nothing new, but I just want to say this here because sometimes I do see people that like question whether or not this is going to work. And it's very logical, actually. So, you're the one creating the results for your life. You are no different than any other person here. So if you can see somebody else in your reality where it's like they always get the guy or they always get the girl, no matter who that person is, they always get commitment. Why is it that I always get XYZ treatment? You're no different than anybody here. Okay. So the only reason why other people are getting the treatment that they want is because they have a self concept, a belief system, a level of self esteem, a level of value within themselves, a level of confidence within themselves that quite literally is creating their reality. And this is what everybody is you pushed out really means. People do not have free will in the sense of whatever you believe and feel about yourself and whatever your dominant assumptions and expectations are, no matter who that person is, they're going to conform to that. So it's never really about changing the people around you. It's more about becoming very aware of whatever stories and beliefs and however you value yourself and how you're showing up, knowing that if you can make this a genuine change and relax into it in a confident, stable way, that the results must follow. It makes sense. It actually is very, very logical. Whatever beliefs I hold, whatever I dominantly feel, whatever I dominantly entertain in my mind has to be how I show up. I cannot show up in any other way other than what I think, believe, and feel within myself. And people are responding to me based on what I think, feel, and believe about myself. A conversation is going to unfold in accordance to the dominant assumptions and the expectations and the stories that I have going on in my mind. You're not really responding to the people around you. You're responding to whatever is going on up here. So if you can change what's going on up here and you can relax and you can stop reacting to the things around you and allow your perception to shift in alignment with what you want to experience, you're going to actually be able to create what it is that you want. Okay. So again, I just want to say that the main thing that I want to touch on here, though, is it's kind of a two-part process. So when it comes to getting what it is that you want, you need to identify who is the version of you that can have this desired result. Okay, so what kind of belief system does that version of me have? And these are not just blanket statements to tell yourself like I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I'm good enough, I'm stable, I'm secure. If you guys really look at the affirmation recording that I put up on my channel recently, it's very, very, very deep. It's very detailed, right? What are the actual beliefs that I hold about myself? I believe in myself fully. I trust myself. I'm confident with how I'm showing up. I always know what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. I'm confident in my body language. I'm confident with how I present myself, right? I am making positive assumptions about the people in my reality. I trust myself. I trust the people around me. It was a very all encompassing belief system because that is the version of you that's going to be able to create the results that you desire. Being confident, stable, secure, good self esteem, good beliefs about yourself, good beliefs about people in your reality, your ability to trust, your ability to feel secure and stable within yourself, recognizing your value, recognizing your worth. So that's the first part is you need to make sure you have a self concept that's actually in alignment with your desired result. The second aspect is the story that you're creating about the people in your reality. And I've said this in previous content before. I know I'm just reviewing things here. I'm just doing a real, we're doing an overcap here because I think people just need, I'm having so many people come to my channel with so many different questions, and I'm realizing that people just, I guess, are not watching my previous videos and they just need like kind of this recap. But anyways, the point with the assumption aspect is by the time your beliefs integrate, it should be easy for you to come in with a new assumption. So if I'm confident with myself, if I'm secure with myself, if I'm stable with myself, if I know I can get exactly what I want, if I am living as this version of me, then it's going to be really easy for me to form a new perception or form a new awareness about somebody, right? So instead of feeling anxious, obsessed, worried, urgent, really needing a change to occur, really needing my person to show up in a very particular way. I'm feeling very, very worried and scared about them not texting me back, wondering what they're doing, wondering who they could possibly be talking to. All of those things, everything that I just listed there, that is something that you need to deal with in your self-concept. Okay. If I can shift out of that and I can come into a calm, stable, secure place, a genuinely calm, stable, secure place. And I'm going to drag a few of you here right now. Okay. I love you guys. Okay. I promise I love you. So when I say no longer being anxious, worried, obsessed, waiting for text messages, things like that, I cannot stand, like, I literally cannot go on TikTok. I really can't go on YouTube very much because I see how many people are doing like tarot card readings, horoscope readings. Everybody's posting all their problems everywhere, talking about feeding into their worries and their anxiety and their doubts and their fears, and they want answers and they're anxious and they're obsessed about this result they want to create in their life. I'm trying to say this very calmly, okay? How is that going to get you the result that you desire? If you want a stable, secure, and this is not to say that those things are bad. If you want a stable, secure relationship, you need to feel stable, secure, and confident within yourself first and foremost. First and foremost, you do not have the time to be sitting here entertaining that fuckery. Like, what are you doing? Like, please stop. Please stop. Please stop and genuinely take a step back and work on your belief system. Because if you want to get a relationship with somebody and you want it to be stable, secure, and sustainable, you need to be able to feel confident enough to trust that you can create that result and show up in that way. Right? But if every single time a problem pops up, you're like, oh, gotta go check a tarot card. Oh, gotta go consult a horoscope. Oh, gotta go call my tarot card reader, or whatever, whoever you're talking to, right? That is a complete manifestation of you not feeling confident with yourself. You not feeling confident with being able to create the results that you desire, and you really not knowing yourself. So I'm not saying that I'm not trying to say that in a bad way, but these are the things that you really need to pay attention to. Because what a lot of people are trying to do is they really, really want this result. They want to affirm something in, they want to come in with new assumptions, they want to manifest this desired result, but they're totally skipping the piece of, am I actually the version of myself that can sustain this result? And I made a post a few days ago. Sometimes you need to take a step back to see where you are, right? So that you can take 3 steps forward and sustain your pace. So if you need to take a break from a particular area in your life so that you can feel confident, stable, secure within yourself, build the beliefs and the version of yourself that can sustain the results that you desire in your life, do that shamelessly and do that fearlessly. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's going to forget how much they love you. Nobody, like, it's fine. Everything's okay. You need to do what's best for you so that you can feel confident with yourself. And the moment that you feel confident, stable, secure within yourself, you're going to be able to create a new awareness of your reality and persist in that. So let's get into the assumption aspect. Okay. So I'm going to go first from just relationships, and then I'm going to go into specific. So if you think guys are cheaters, liars, manipulators, are never going to be faithful, are narcissists. Every single guy that you meet is a narcissist. They're not going to love you. If you think girls suck, that they're never going to commit to you, that you always get cheated on, that you're always the side dude or you're always the side chick, that relationships are extremely hard and difficult, that you can't trust in relationships. If you have those assumptions, I don't care who you meet, you are always going to experience the same thing. This is what it means by people don't have free will in your reality. Whatever you dominantly assume and feel is going to be true for you. So the first step is to get your self-concept in alignment. The second step is to really become aware of what your assumptions are. So if you don't have a specific person that you want a relationship with, but you find yourself always saying, guys suck, girls suck, relationships are hard. Why is it so? I'm always a single one. Or you're always in that state where you're feeling like you're missing a relationship. You're looking at other people's relationships and you're looking at it with jealousy and envy. You want to be happy, but you can't because you think relationships are difficult. Whatever the story is, You have to change that, and you have to fearlessly change that. That means not only do you have to change those assumptions, you have to change your beliefs too, your self concept, but you have to stop engaging with the behaviors that perpetuate that as well too. So, watching media that perpetuates those stories, engaging in conversations with friends where you talk about how hard relationships are and how guys suck or how women suck. You have to completely disidentify with it. If you want brand new results, you need to become a brand new you, and you also need to change what you're dominantly entertaining. Period. Point blank. If you can make this change like a solid cut and show up as this brand new version of you, you're gonna be really happy with the results that you get. However, I understand habits can be difficult to change. So, what do you do? Okay. When you want to engage in these thoughts, when you are changing your self concept and you want to engage in these assumptions, you need to step in and redirect yourself. I personally don't like mental dieting. I don't like flipping thoughts. I think it's not bad if your self concept is dominantly aligned and you flip a thought here and there. But if you are having like more intrusive thoughts than you are with feeling confident with yourself, I would say you should probably focus on stabilizing your nervous system, doing things that help you feel good and confident within yourself, proud with yourself. I would really do breath work like 3 times a day, maybe pick up some working out, put a to do list to your day, anything that generally helps you feel good and drops the focus on this story until you can persist with the new assumption. Okay. So you have to become aware of the story that's in your mind. And if you want a relationship, you have to let go of all that garbage and you have to do it shamelessly. You really do. Now, let's talk about if you do have a specific person. Okay. So, the story that you have about the person in your mind is really, really important. And it's not about forcing or manipulating people into being different. It's about recognizing how you're showing up and how you're feeling and how you're continually responding and reacting to the things in front of you. So I made a video the other day about how I was like, sometimes the best policy is to just not give a fuck. Like, in order to break a pattern, if you're trying to push against it, push against it, push against it, you're trying to have conversations, it's not getting anywhere, it's getting more frustrated, and you guys are having more and more and more fights, and you really, 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 really want this change, and you're not getting it, then the best thing to do would to just assume that the change is going to occur, stop reacting, stop responding, enjoy the person when they're there, and trust that it's going to unfold. And really monitor the story that you have in your mind, because it could be just as simple. If your self concept and your beliefs are aligned and you're feeling good, it could just be as simple as you keep thinking this person's never going to change. So, because you have that story in your mind, anytime they show up in any single little way that triggers you, you automatically react to it. You start a fight with them and you keep recreating this pattern where they're not showing and you keep getting frustrated. And so, you just need to stop caring for a little bit, drop it, stop trying to change it, stop fighting it, and just allow for it to unfold. Okay. But the main thing with a specific person is you do need to be aware of the story that's in your mind. Okay. We are all connected. I know that sounds weird. I know, like, if you haven't experienced it before, if you haven't experienced manifestation in that regard before, I know it can sound really weird, but whatever you're entertaining up here, if you persist in it long enough, it's going to create as your experience. So whether you're in contact with somebody or you're not in contact with somebody, if you can get your self concept aligned and you can become aware of the story that you have, either for relationships generally, the assumptions that you hold, or the story that you have for a specific person generally, or not generally, that would be specific. If you can change that in a way that you can persist, that feels good to you without forcing or manipulating, but holds this knowing and just allows for your reality to unfold and you respond in a stable, mature way in whatever way that feels good to you. Okay. To be honest, somebody also posted a question on my channel the other day. I'm trying to like answer everything that you guys are writing on my channel. So it might be all over the place, but I see all your comments. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel like what I'm going to end up doing on my channel is like throughout the week, I'm just going to like take notes from like things that I see on my channel and be like, okay, you guys, we're going to have class. We're going to talk about everything now. But somebody else wrote on my channel, like, what is the best approach? Should I speak up? Should I accept somebody's apology? Should I reach out to them? Should I not reach out to them? The thing is, it's up to you. Okay. So, whatever you feel confident with, whatever you feel good with, whatever you feel is going to work is going to work. If you don't feel like it's going to work and you're feeling anxious and you're feeling worried and you're not feeling confident, then don't do it. Your feeling state matters. So, however you want to respond to the things that are going on around you, as long as you feel good, you're not being rude, you're not being condescending, you're not being mean, you're not placing blame, you're not reacting and trying to create more problems, you're honoring yourself and you're acting in a way that feels good to you, that you know is going to get you the result that you desire, you're going to get that. Okay. So when it comes to changing the story and how you show up and deal with the things around you, you have to figure out what feels good to you. Okay. Now, that's obviously if you're in contact with somebody. If you're not in contact with somebody and you keep thinking this is never going to happen, they're never going to talk to me, they're out here hanging out with all these other people, what could they be doing? It's been X amount of time. Like, here's the thing, in order to pull this off, to be 100% honest, you need to feel good with yourself. You need to have the best beliefs about yourself. You can't be obsessed. You can't be anxious. You can't be waiting for your person. You should feel really dominantly pretty good with yourself and not thinking anything that I just listed. Thinking, and if you can't go straight to your end, make it smaller. They do think about me. They do miss me. They are totally reaching out to me, or they do totally love me. They want to see me any day now. Whatever story you need to tell yourself that you can believe, that you can persist in a way that feels good to you, that's what you do. Okay. Whatever the assumptions are that you're making up here, they're going to materialize as your experience. They have to. There's no other choice. Okay. So that is kind of my little rant on both mindset, assumption, self-concept, and beliefs, relationships, and persisting. Okay, so I guess I covered all my topics there. Let's talk about your why. Okay, so I did the Beyonce and Jay-Z post earlier today. I don't know what this hair is doing, you guys. I did the Beyonce and Jay-Z post earlier today, and there was a reason why I did that post. So I don't know who told. Okay, let me take a step back, you guys. Let me collect my thoughts for a second. Relationships are not easy. Okay. And I don't want to say that as a limitation. So we want to have the best beliefs. We want to have the best assumptions. We want to really augment our mindset in the right way. This is all about mindset, right? So what I'm talking about on my channel is mindset. If whoever has told you that relationships are easy, I don't know who this person is, but find me somebody that has been in a marriage for 10 to 15 to 20 years and they tell you relationships are easy. They're not fucking easy, you guys. Okay, so with that being said, that's why your why is important. Okay, so if you want to fix a relationship or you want to be with somebody, the biggest thing that you need to know is it is a personal decision that includes nobody. It includes nobody but you. And you need to stop involving everybody in your personal decisions, because what a lot of people are doing is you're going through problems with your partner and then you start involving everybody in the problems that you're having with your partner, and everybody around you just hears about all the shitty things that are going on in your relationship, and now they view your relationship as bad. So they don't want you to be with your person because all you're doing is talking to them about the bad shit. So, like, first off, stop doing that. Okay. I understand the need for support. I understand that. But you have a relationship with your person, not with everybody else. So the moment you get everybody else involved, now you're going to get all these different opinions of what people tell you should or shouldn't be doing, what is right, what is wrong. Is your person a narcissist? Are they not a narcissist? Are they manipulating you? Are they gaslighting you? What's going on here? Take ownership and accountability for your part and what has unfolded. Because I can guarantee you, if you're having problems in your relationship, it is not just because they're happening for no reason. So stop getting everybody else involved and figure out what your why is. Because if you want to fix your relationship, it is a very, very personal decision that you need to make within yourself. And it is not bad. Okay. So if you can really work on your beliefs, really see what has unfolded, decide to create this healthy relationship and persist in a way that feels good with you, where you're able to honor yourself and you stop getting everybody else involved and stop listening to everybody else's opinion, you're going to be able to create the result that you desire. Relationships are not easy. We want to have the mindset that relationships are easy, right? Because if I tell myself it's really, really hard, I can't do this, like, uh, maintaining my relationship is impossible, then that's going to be the case. So we want to have the mindset that they're easy. But the thing that I'm really trying to point out here is you're going to have ups and downs in your relationships. So you have to know that first and foremost. And you also have to decide what it is that you want fearlessly. So I made the post today also about how I'm tired of people telling other people what they can and cannot do. It is not your business. If somebody wants to work on their relationship and fix their relationship and they love somebody, then fucking let them love that person. It's not your business. It's not your place to tell somebody what they can or cannot do. Stop it. Leave us alone. Nobody wanted your opinion anyways. Let people fix their relationships if that's what they want to do. Now, in order to do it, you need to really work on your beliefs and really show up as the solution. So, in Beyonce and Jay-Z's situation, that was a very, very public cheating scandal. Beyonce, like, who is Beyonce? Beyonce is this woman that has it all, and she still found herself in this circumstance. And what did she do? She didn't victimize herself over it. She didn't cry about it. She knew her worth. She dropped a whole album, right? And she was still able to fix her relationship and create the desired outcome that she wanted, right? So people could have said anything about Jay-Z. Anybody, they could have said anything. He's horrible. He's a cheater. He's a manipulator. He's lying to you. Blah 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 blah. Everybody has their own opinions. Only you know what's going on between your relationship, and that's between you and your person. So you know where you need to take accountability, and you know what actually has unfolded. So stop getting everybody else's opinions involved. Realize that relationships are a growth process, that they're going to require you to humble down, work on your beliefs, apologize when you need to apologize, hold a vision, believe in yourself, and believe in your partner. That is what a relationship is. It's a growth process. And the quicker that you can take your ownership for your part, really become aware of the story that you have in your mind, show up as the most confident, stable, secure, valued version of yourself, and believe in yourself and your partner, the faster you're going to be able to create the relationship that you desire. Because if it's not you, who's going to do that? You have to stop being mad that sometimes life isn't fair and that sometimes it's not easy. What do you want? Do you want the relationship with the person? Or do you want to listen to what everybody else is saying and give into your doubts and your fears and your insecurities and go online and do tarot card videos and horoscopes and try and get everybody else's opinion? In order to pull this off, you have to really, really believe in yourself. You have to really feel confident within yourself. You need to sit down and figure out what's going on within you, create stability and confidence within yourself, and hold a vision and trust it's going to unfold without trying to manipulate the people around you, force them into it, be a stalker, be weird, be like any of that. Be very, very calm and certain and precise in what it is that you're creating and decide fearlessly and stop giving a fuck and stop involving so many people in your life and in your relationship. Okay. Okay. And that goes into your why. So if somebody is really a piece of crap and you work on your self concept and you just decide that, you know what, this relationship wasn't good for me, and you just decide to move on and get with somebody better, great. That's awesome. That's great. That's why it's really useful to work on your self concept. But if you want to fix your relationship and you want to be with a specific person, then you can do that as well too. And you need to figure out what your why is. But if you are obsessed, anxious, worried, heartbroken, anything like going from video to video, like spending hundreds of dollars on psychics, like you guys don't even need my coaching. I put everything here on my channel for free. Okay. Like if you're in that space, you're so clouded with obsession and need and urgency that you need to work on your self-concept and remember who you are. And then when you're in that clear place, then you can say, what is it that I really want? And if you want to get back with your person or you want to fix your relationship, fucking go after it. Okay. Like you can literally do it. All right. Responding as a solution. I already kind of touched on that. All right. So again, responding as a solution, that's up to you. Whatever you feel and believe is going to work, as long as you're being respectful, loving, kind, compassionate, do and say what you want to say, right? My biggest thing is when it comes to manifesting, you really don't have to try. Okay, let's talk about that actually. Manifesting is not a trying process. The beliefs that you hold about your, okay, like people want to fight me on this, and I there's nothing to fight about. Like this is not questionable. This is not a matter of if it works this way or not. This is literally how your brain works. So whatever beliefs you hold in here is creating how you're showing up, how you're perceiving to your reality, how you're perceiving your reality, and how you're responding to it. This is not a matter of if and or but. It's not a trying process. whatever you believe and feel about yourself. If you believe that you're a loser that's never going to be able to do anything, you're not going to be able to do anything. And you're not trying to be that way. That's just what you believe about yourself. If you believe and feel that you're amazing and you can have it all, you're going to wake up every day manifesting and materializing behaviors that show that you believe and feel that you're amazing and that you can do it all. Are you trying to do that? No, that's just the beliefs that you have. So manifesting is not a trying process in that regard. Whatever beliefs you hold about yourself, that is going to be how you show up. If you believe you can do it, you're going to do it. If you believe you can't do it, you can't do it. And if your beliefs are not aligned and you try and force yourself to do something, you're not really going to be able to pull it off because you're going to get in your own way. So when it comes to responding and being the solution, the first thing is you want to make sure your self-concept is in alignment and whatever assumptions you're making, whatever you're focusing on in your mind is in alignment. And if it feels good to do something, do it. Okay. When it comes to responding and being the solution, the thing that has helped me the most is before I respond or react to something, I try to look at it. Okay, so if I know my self-concept is aligned, I know my feeling state is aligned, then when an undesirable circumstance or a challenge pops up, the first thing that I ask myself is, what is my desired outcome here? Okay, so this just popped up. What's my desired outcome here? Before I react to this, before I respond to this, let me observe this for a quick second and ask myself, what is my desired outcome here? And then once I identify my desired outcome, I adjust how I'm showing up to align with that desired outcome. That's the only word of advice that I really have. Okay. The other thing that I want to say when it comes to responding to things in the moment or responding as a solution, when you're materializing, manifesting something, okay, and it's not in front of you, you do not have to pretend like that thing is here. Living in the end is not waking up and pretending to have dinner with somebody that's not in my house, going to bed, pretending like I'm cuddling with somebody that's not there, telling people that I'm in a relationship when I'm not in a relationship. Living in the end is literally a feeling state. It's an awareness. It's how you're showing up. So if I can show up feeling confident, stable, secure, knowing within myself, sexy, wanted, desired, desirable, I know I'm the best option. I'm believing in myself. I'm totally feeling awesome and amazing. Like I really know my worth. And I know in my mind that I'm totally getting the relationship that I want, the career that I want, everything is coming to me now. That is a feeling state, and that's an awareness that I'm existing in. That's what living in the end means. So I've definitely lived in the end when I didn't have the result that I desired. Did that mean that I was telling people that I had the result? No. When people would ask me, I would just be like, you know what? I'm working on myself right now, and I really trust and believe that everything's going to work out. I don't really divulge and tell people what I'm creating until it's actually really kind of fully manifested, or I'm like really like pretty close to having exactly what it is that I want. So that's where on your journey, when it comes to responding to things as a solution, if people are asking you, what's going on with you and your person? What's going on with you and your business? What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. Instead of getting triggered by it and being like, oh my God, what do I say to these people? Now they're asking me these questions. I don't know what to say. You just be honest. I'm working on myself. I trust everything's going to work out. If that feels good to you, people don't need to know. They don't need to know. You don't need to tell them. They don't need to know. And you can say that in a really respectful, loving way. That's not being condescending. That's not being rude. It's not going into details. And you don't have to divulge your personal information to everybody. It's not their business. Okay. So when it comes to responding as a solution, as long as your self-concept is aligned and you're feeling good, before you react to things, ask yourself what your desired outcome is here and respond in accordance to that desired outcome. And if people want to be nosy and ask you what's going on in your life 24/7, just tell them you're working on yourself and you're deciding to feel good with yourself and you're trusting that everything's going to work out the way that you desire it to work out. Okay. All right. I feel like I kind of pretty much touched on everything here. Trust yourself. That's the last note that I have here for this video. Um, like I said at the beginning, you have to feel confident with yourself and what you're deciding to create, and you have to know what your why is. So, like for me in my relationship, and I'm pretty sure Beyonce and her relationship, my why was like, I really love this person, and I don't really give a fuck about these things that have occurred. I can take ownership for my part in this. I know exactly what has occurred and what I need to work on in myself, and I'm not giving up on this person, and I love this person. And even if everything is stacked against me, I'm going to continue to believe and I'm going to show up and I'm going to get what I want, right? In a very calm, stable, mature way. So figure out what your why is And if you just outgrow a relationship, great. At least you worked on your self-concept and you've revalued yourself and you have better beliefs about yourself. If you want to go after the relationship or the job or the career that you want to go after, then do that too. But at the core of all of this, you need to feel confident with yourself, and you also need to trust yourself, because able to actually pull off what I'm talking about here on my channel, you can't be more concerned about what other people are thinking or doing or saying about you. You can't be more concerned with those things than you are concerned with actually believing in yourself and showing up in a way that feels good to you, that reinforces your beliefs, that helps you feel fearless and good within yourself. So decide to be the change and trust that you can do it. Okay? Alrighty. I hope I didn't roast you guys. Like, I'm not trying to come on here and roast you, but like sometimes I see things on my channel. I'm like, we just need to have a talk. Like, we just need to have a talk. And if you agree with what I say, great. If you don't agree with what I say, that's totally fine too. You don't have to be here on my channel. But for the people that really want to get results in their life, I've been through this process and I know what it takes. So I'm just explaining from my perspective, and I'm giving you all the free tools to create this change in your life too. I have seen the shit show that is on the internet of tarot card videos and spirituality and all these things. Okay. And you can get lost in an endless pit of bullshit that like you like are trying to like, I just want to fucking, I just want to get what I want. And like now I'm like so confused with all these different things. Okay. So like I really try to strive and make my channel be a place where I'm genuinely coming on and sharing what has worked for me, what has not worked for me, and actually give you the tools to create these changes yourself. So either you're going to trust that and you're going to take my word of advice and you're going to apply what I'm saying and really listen to the message that I'm saying. You can't have selective hearing with me. So if I tell you doing breath work 3 times a day because that's going to help you stabilize your nervous system, stop thinking about something and focus on just feeling good within yourself and building your self concept until you can come back to something and feel good and think about it. There's a reason why I'm telling you that, because I know what you're going through and I know what I needed to do to get into a better place within myself. This is a very like, what if you are trying to create a new result in your life, you really need to see the different areas that you have to approach this from. You have to stabilize your nervous system. You have to make sure you have the best beliefs about yourself. You have to start feeling good and happy and loved within yourself. And then once you have these 3 things in alignment, then you can start to come in and really persist in a stable, secure way that's going to lead you to your desired outcome. The books that I recommend on my community tab: Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maltz. Okay. Amazing book to read. Okay. The Power of Awareness, Neville Goddard. The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Dr. Joseph Murphy. I say very specific things in my content because you need to start replacing the behaviors that you're engaging with. So instead of sitting here and feeling anxious, I'm going to sit here and decide to read a book that I know is going to help me. Instead of sitting here and spinning out on these thoughts, I'm going to do some breath work to stabilize my nervous system. Instead of allowing myself to continue to have these same beliefs, I'm going to sleep with a belief track on at nighttime to change my belief system. It's a 360, 180 change that you need to make within yourself, because if you want a brand new result, you have to be a brand new you, and you need to be really committed to that process, because you can get the results that you desire, but you don't want to half-ass yourself on it. So that's all I have to say. Again, I'm not trying to roast you guys. I know this is probably a little bit of a heated video and I was kind of like dragging you a little bit, but I do it out of love. And that's all I have to say today. Okay. Alrighty. Have a good night. Bye.